Guys, we're going to do a heater core in the 79 F250 with AC. So I looked around and I didn't see any really good videos. And I don't know if this is going to be a good video, but you have a 5/16 nut that holds that cable. So we're going to whip that out. And that controls the door on this damper door or on-off. I don't know what this door is, but it does something. But so there's the cable. And evidently the door is frozen. And the cable's probably frozen too. So I guess when we dig in there, we'll figure out what's what in there. And then you have 3 bolts, which you guys probably can't see because I can't really see them. But there's a nut on the top, there's a bolt over there, and then there's a bolt in this very corner. And they're not the easiest to get at. I'm not going to lie to you guys. They don't look like awesome. They're very tricky to get at. And everywhere you put your light, it's probably going to blind you guys, or it's going to be in my face. So there's a bolt here. So we'll whip this out. Hopefully we can get them all out. I don't want to break this. I know this fiberglass gets pretty brittle over time. Just, you know, they crumble up real good. And this is like looks like a lag screw almost. We got that one. I don't know if we can get it out of there, but we got it. Okay, there's one. That's one bolt right there. And then there's another one. There's a nut about midway, right over this bracket-ish. So we'll whip this one out next. We just came back from the transmission shop. That was not good news. Water transmission is junk, so, but you know, I should have just figured. We have another bolt that's right here, guys. Can you guys see what I'm doing or not? Too far away, too close. What are we doing here? Turn you guys up a little bit. You can see maybe this one. Yeah. Yeah, that thing being full of water is just, it's garbage. It's garbage. So I dropped it off. I was hoping for the best. I didn't really want to give up. I have a 69 one. So, you know, I don't know if there is any difference in them, but I know it has a D10. Some other things are a little bit different, but it's a high horsepower tranny. It's off the 460 with 429 with high horsepower. So I don't know if the internals are any better or worse or what. I don't know. It can't keep up with wood. Everything's different. But I didn't want to give that one up to put in this thing. And plus I was rebuilding anyway. And this thing doesn't really make any power. So. But they called and said it's, you know, be this much, that much, to clean the rust, to clean these parts, and do all the stuff and all this other shit. So I brought him another transmission. I should have just brought the other one down first, but I didn't. I should have just brought it down and had them do that one first instead of messing around with the water one. We're going to pull these lines off next, the 2 AC lines right here. So, but you guys are in my way, and I don't know what these wires do, but maybe we can find a, I don't know if these, looks like these wires might unplug somewhere, I hope. Alright guys, I'm going to figure out where that stuff goes. Guys, we're going to cut these hoses off of here, because they're just welded right on there. And they got it bypassed, so this was junk already, I'm guessing. And we got to get in there and see why it's, most likely the heater core is bad, that's why it's bypassed. But I kind of want this AC to work. If I can make it work, I'm going to. Yep, I knew that tranny. The second I seen water in that transmission, I knew that thing was going to be a bummer. And it was. That's what happens, guys. It's the price we pay. Should have just not done that. Live and learn. Okay, guys, we're going to go after the 2 AC lines. We got our cable undone. We got our heater core. Hoses off. And I'm willing to bet Wrong Auto probably gave us the wrong heater core. But we'll see. Okay, guys, we got a ground we're going to undo. I think it goes to the fan motor inside. So it goes right here onto the firewall. Another 5/16. Zip that off. It looks like somebody's already been in there once. Because the wires are been hacked on. I think this is one of these. It's this one. Okay, and then we have this one that is running over there, and it's butt spliced to a white wire. And whoever wired this truck, they had one color wire, white, so the whole truck is rewired with white wire. Which I guess is great if you're the guy doing it, because you know where everything went. But man, to go back and fix something when everything's white, kind of sucks. So I'm going to cut this right here. If you guys can even see that. Where you guys at? I'm going to cut that. I'm going to cut that right there on their butt splice. Alright guys, so we're done out here. I'm going to unscrew those still. I still have to unscrew those AC lines, which I'm going to go after next. And then we're going to move to the inside. Okay guys, we're going to go after that screw in there. It's against the thing. And the whole firewall of this truck's rusted out. No surprise there. And over to our light here. We're going to try to get this ductwork off that vent to the right. This vent here. I think that ductwork pulls off of there somehow. I pulled one screw that was coming up from the bottom in the ductwork, I think. I think that might have knocked it loose. I don't know. We got something down here. Oh, look at this, guys. We got some rebel flags and beads. We have rebel flags and beads. It says copyright on it. How about that? Rebel flags and beads. Okay. Perfect. We got some other shit here. Auto light spark plug. Yeah, looks like a new one. It was a new one. We have one spare spark plug. Probably because it follows the plugs out on one cylinder or something. What do we got? A tire plug thing. Man, it's dark in here, guys. You guys can't see nothing, can you? Back you guys up some. See if all kinds of crap down here that was sitting in the non-existent. I don't know what that is. Some kind of bolt. Something just fell out the bottom. Oh, 3/16 compression fittings. They probably did brakes with those. Padlock. I don't know what this is. It says VR on it. Maybe for the radio? I don't know. That's a vent window lock. Old school. All kinds of shit down here, guys. All kinds of shit down here. Oh, one of the old push button horns. Beep beep. Bolt. Waiting to come up with a big old rat stuck to my another compression fitting. Oh, RTV. They put that on the freeze plugs. Burt's Beef. Burt's Bees. Look at this. There's that elbow we were looking for. That elbow goes in the head that they plugged off. Oh, Craftsman Phillips screwdriver. Pen. Fuses. Another compression fitting. Big compression fitting, that one. Lima. The bolt. And then it half of the hardware store down in the dashboard. Toothbrush, that's gross. What are they using here? Tire repair? Man, it's turned into a treasure hunt. We've got some washers. Looks like another spark plug. We've got 2 spark plugs. Need 6 more. I'm throwing stuff down on the floor and I can hear it falling underneath the truck. Guess it's falling through the hole in the floor. That's funny. Alright, I guess that's it, guys, for now. Let's see if we can get this blast, and then when we get out, it'll give us the illusion that it's cool. Probably not. Probably not. Okay. So there's our screw. Right there. Man, you guys are dark. Can't see nothing in here. Alright, I'm going to pause you guys for a minute while I take this vent out of here. I'm going to figure out how to get this vent out of the thing so we can get that ductwork out of there. Okay guys, we got that vent out. It just pulls out of there. You just got to be a little bit more forceful than I wanted to be with it, but it did come out. Now we can kind of see that box. Not really any better at all, but there's a vacuum line over there to this side of this thing. I don't know where that. There was a vacuum line over there. I must have just pulled it out of somewhere. It was connected a minute ago. So there is a vacuum line over there somewhere. I don't know where it is now. We're going to try to find that vacuum line. If there was a vacuum line. There's a vacuum little pod thing over here. Bring you guys in there. See that vacuum? That had a line on it right there. So there was a vacuum line there. Guys, there's a bellows thing over here that looks like it used to connect to where the old floor vent would be. If it didn't have, look at this thing, it's packed. When's the mouse coming, guys? When's the mouse coming to get us? I'm sure it's coming. I'm sure there's a mouse coming to get us. This is somebody's house right here. I mean, they packed that thing too. That thing's packed. Think that's just normal or what? What do you think, guys? Is this normal? Is this normal shit, or is this like we're evicting somebody? I think we're evicting somebody. I don't know, guys. I don't like reaching in here. I don't like reaching in there. I just don't like it. Something's going to come attached to my finger. Packed. It's all the way packed in there. All the way packed in there. I don't know. How are we going to clean that out? When we get the box out, we'll get the vacuum in there? Oh, the other side's full too. This side's full. Alright, well, this is what we got so far, guys. Let's look at that pile of spoils we got, huh? Yeah. Alright, on the bottom of this box, so I'm going to get more sockets going here in a minute. This is going to be a slow video, guys, because this sucks. Trying to work in here with the camera and everything else is really tough. But anyway, down here, there's a bolt there. Can you guys even see that? You probably can't even see it. Alright, under this carpet, well, I say carpet, that's really the floor. There's a bolt right there. I can't see if you guys can see it, but I can't tell if you guys can see that or not. But anyway, there's a bolt there. So we're going to get this light set up a little bit better. Light won't even stick to the dash now. It's got so much rust on it. Okay, let's see. Yeah, there's a bolt up in here. You guys can't quite see it, but it's there. Trust me. You'll see it in a second. You will see it in 1 second. And it looks like it's... Wow, that's 9/16. It's 9/16, guys. Is it? It's not 9/16, guys. It's not. I'm lying to you. It's not 9/16. Do I have these mixed up? says 3/8. Oh no, we're all mixed up here. What are we doing? We're all mixed up here, guys. We're all mixed up. Okay, here's our bolt, guys. 1/2 inch. Okay, there's one of them. There's another one down here somewhere, right here. Ooh, all I can hear is rust in there turning. Nice. Well, I hope this has enough firewall to go back in. Okay, there we go, another one. And there's one more over this direction. We got one more here, guys. Oh. Hopefully this lets us see something. I didn't pull those AC lines yet. I was going to pull them, and then I decided I don't really want to mess with those yet. If I can not touch those, I want to not touch those because it's probably going to be problems if I touch them. That one has a big ass washer on it. I don't know why, but it does. Alright, that should, I think, let this thing come out of there. Oh, that thing's kind of moving now. That little vent. You guys can't see anything. This is really in the dark, guys. This kind of stinks, but because there's a vacuum door here. It's kind of packed full of leaves also, and that vacuum thing might be seized. But if we can get this out, we'll get a better look at that whole thing. But I think this thing should come out of there now. I don't know if it does come out. I don't want to break anything. Oof. Okay. All right, well, something's coming loose. You guys are probably looking at the dark. I'm sure you are. Yeah, that's loose now. I don't know what they put this in with. Probably the same RTV they put the freeze plugs in with. I don't know. I'm afraid of breaking this. I'm honestly afraid of breaking this. Alright guys, I'm going to work this for a while because it looks like it's tied to the they have this black box cemented to the firewall or something. I'm going to work it. Try not to break it. Guys, I got to bring you back for this. This thing loosened up. This thing loosened up and it's hilarious. Like look at the stuff coming out of this thing. Something's holding us in there. Oh, okay. It has a thermocouple something or other that was stuck in there. It's not stuck in there now. I don't know why. But I had to bring you guys back for the shit show of all the leaves and stuff because it's getting hilarious at this point. Okay, well that AC condenser is probably pretty well jammed up, I guess, with shit. So we're gonna we have this little thing here. It's connected to a thermocouple. I don't know what that thing does. I'm not really sure what that thing does. I'm not an AC guy. I do have an AC guy. He's one of my boys. So anyway, I'm gonna unplug that one wire from that thing. And then we can take this here and flip it up out of the way. We'll get a peek at the inside of it, I guess. Look at all the... I mean, that door doesn't really look like it's a door anymore. I don't know. Oh, it looks like it's not on the... There's a little hinge down here. We're going to have to work on some of this stuff because I think that might work if it was... where it's supposed to be again and bent back to, and I think this thing just stabbed into the coils. But we'll take that out and fix it all up. Look at the amount of leaves we got out of this thing. Like it's a pretty serious amount of stuff. Pretty serious amount of leaves we got going on here. We don't want to throw away our tools. We got a curtain rod of some kind or something. Or is that trim? That might be trim for the truck. I don't know. Another toggle switch. This thing has tons of toggle switches in it. And we even got a broom. I don't know. We got some fuses. We're going to need all this stuff. I need these fuses. Wait till you see the fuse box on the other side. That thing is just pure awesomeness. And we can't lean on the floor here because there isn't one. We got bird feathers in here. Alright, I don't know, guys. Alright, so we got some stuff here. Alright, now, does this come out now? Like, is that thing loose? I don't know. Do we just keep taking it apart? Hope for the best? I don't know, guys. So we keep digging in there. Look at this thing. Look at the shit that's in here. I don't know, man. Man, oh man. Like, this is never ending. Never ending. Alright, well, I don't know where to go from here, guys. I think that box is loose. I'm going to pause you guys for a second and get a dig around here. Alright, guys, in here, you have this, another plastic piece. And it looks like it's hinged on the opposite side. So I'm going to take, there's 2 screws here. There's one here, and it's not zooming for some reason, but okay. It's not focusing, rather. So we're going to take this one out, and there's one more down here. We're going to pull that one out also. And it's a different size. I think it is 1/4 inch. Somebody's been in here, probably to do a heater core, but who knows. So we got 2 different screws in there. So I think this thing comes off now. I think this thing will come off. It looks like it hinges. At least I hope it hinges. I don't know. We're going to see in a minute. I think it comes off there, though. At a certain point, something's going to come off and let us know that we're doing something right or wrong or indifferent, right? Okay, that does kind of move. I don't see any more bolts back there, though. So does that just sit there? I'm looking for bolts that hold this to the firewall. I think there might be one more. I think I just found one more screw. I think I found one more screw, guys. Let me see if I can show you guys that screw. I think I just found one more. But then again, maybe not. Let me see if I can get you guys in there. Alright, guys, I found 2 more screws. Right here. It's 5/16 and a 5/16. And then there's a 5/16. Where am I? It comes up from the bottom over here, which you guys can't see. So it comes up from the bottom. And there's one also right in the top. The same spot up on top, though. And now we're going to pull them out next. And I think this black plate will come off. I don't know that we need to take this thing off, but I'm going to take it off. Because I want to see. I just want to see. Plus, we need to make sure this thing's really cleaned out well inside here. Because if it's all mess in there, the AC ain't going to work. It doesn't have a chance. That's what we're trying to do. Sorry, this is going to be a crappy video because it's very dark in here. I think these are actually holding the AC core into the box. Because it looks like there's 2 more. There's one to this corner and one down in that corner. But I want to see if that black plate comes out of there. This plate right here. And it does. So that's what those 2 screws are for. Take this black plate out. Now, do we see anything else that we need to mess with? I don't know. I'm not really sure. We're just kind of taking stuff apart here before. I've never really done one of these before. Never done one of these. I've done that non-AC. Of course, they're easy. We got a plug. We do have an electric plug here. Show you guys out. We have an electric plug, so we can unplug this. And then I think this box will come out of there. Like I don't see any more bolts in it. Like I was afraid of. The firewall's totally rusted out down the bottom. There's no firewall left here really holding that. I think there's one more screw up here over to the side. It's over this way, but you guys can't see anything. But anyway, it's there. Trust me. I'm going to try to rip this plug out. Oh, boy. How many of these connections you think are still good? Probably none of them. All right. Okay. That is... I think that goes to the fan. I'm not really sure, though. But Yeah, that's okay. So that's gonna go back in there, I guess. I guess we didn't need to take that out. But I think this box might be semi-ready to come out of there. All right, guys, I'm gonna wiggle this and wobble it. I'll bring you back. All right, guys, I'm gonna show you these bolts because it's almost impossible to find these stupid things. So there's one way up there, underneath the carpet, underneath the sound deadening and everything. There's one there. There's one there. And then under this carpet some, you have another one that goes here. This is all crusty and this is pretty well rusted out, but you have another one there, and then there's one right here. So those are your three insides that I've found so far. I think this box is ready to come out. So I'm gonna go outside and try to wiggle it out of there and see what happens with it. But I don't see any more bolts. There's nothing hiding. Like you can see the hole up top there. Can you see the hole up top? You guys can't see it. Anyway, there's a hole up top, but that one comes from the outside in, not from the inside out. So that one's already taken out from the outside. So I think we have them all. Oh, what a mess. These things are a real joy. And then I took this apart. I don't think we needed to take all this apart, but I did anyway. But yeah, who cares, right? If we don't need to put it apart, I'll put it together out there on the bench. But I think, so there's another bolt. That one comes from the outside in, right here. There's another one there. There's a couple here and there, but like the firewall's rusted out in this truck too, so. All right, we're gonna go over there and wiggle that thing out of there. All right, guys, we're gonna try to wiggle that out of there, and I'm gonna try to leave that stuff attached for now. I really don't want to touch that stuff at all if I can help it. It is wiggly. There's like some caught in the corner. Oh, there it goes. All these wires and shit away. I don't know. Should I take them? I don't know. I could just. I don't know, guys. I don't know. It's out of there. It is out of there. This is one big ugly thing, and I'll tell you that. It is ugly. We might have to pull them off of there. I didn't want to do that because I don't want to cause more problems. I don't want to make more problems than solve problems. I mean, it looks like it's out. Oh, yeah, okay. It catches on the fender well, a little bit. That's why it was fighting us. So it looks like you can sneak that around. Get more of the leaves out. That metal bracket I don't think we had to take out. It's 2 8mm or whatever. I don't think we had to touch them. I do want to wash all this stuff out though. I think I'm going to have to take them AC lines off, guys. I mean, how do you even get in here? Do you take this cover off? Is that how? Did I not have to do all this? Could I have just taken that cover off and that been it? Okay, we got our cable that's going through the smuck. Okay, it is that. All right, how do we get in here now? That's going to come off. Then we're going to get this box out of here. You guys are in my way. All right, guys, we're going to figure this out together, I guess. So we have another 5/16 here that's already loose. So we're going to take that out. Put that over there. And then there's another one that comes up from the bottom. There was two in the truck. That were here and here. And then there's two that were holding this plate in. I don't think those necessarily needed to come out. I don't see how to get in there. Like, I thought you could take that plate off the other side, which I'll show you in a minute. There's a 5/16 down here that you can't see. Down here. Where we're working. Right there. And I think this is going to give us... I think it's going to loosen up this thing. Like, this is already loose. And then this has a plate. Let me turn this around. And this is the fun stuff. This is the stuff we like to do over here, that turbo. Not this. This is not fun, but we need it. There's two 5/16 screws in this plate. And I think this is what's holding in the AC core thing. So we're going to pull this off of here. And then I think we can get... I think that AC thing will come out of there now. I hope it does. I don't really know, because I thought we could take this plate off the side. Because it's got a couple bolts, but then it goes to rivets. So I don't know if you have to grind all that out. It doesn't make sense to me. Maybe you have to grind it out and put nuts and screws in there? I don't know. I don't know. So we're going to keep dissecting this way, because this is what we're going to do. Does it not come out that way? Maybe it does. Oh, man, it's moving. Okay, so there's our AC bobber. So we'll get this out. And there's our heater core. There's our awesome heater core. It sucks. Okay, there's our heater core right in there, guys. So we got an AC thing. We have this thing. We can take and wash all the shit out of this thing. See if we can get it to... I mean, man, I can't even see light through that thing. I don't know. All right, anyway. I don't want to replace all this stuff new. That's probably what we should be doing, but I'm not going to do that. Because we're... It's already ridiculous on this truck. Looks like we got a 5/16 again here. And is that all that holds this? One 5/16? Or is there another 5/16 down here? I don't know. What's in there? There's another 5/16 in the corner. Everything's so rusty in here. Let me get the extension. I'm gonna whip these out. Can you guys see what I'm doing? Not really? Not really. Anyway, there's a 5/16 down here in the corner. Eventually, I guess there's a fan motor in there we can get at eventually. I don't know. I don't know if you have to grind them rivets. It doesn't make sense to me to have to grind stuff. But then again, maybe you do. So there's two 5/16 in here that we're taking out, and I'm guessing that's going to grant us heater core. I'm thinking. I don't really know, but I'm thinking it's going to get us there. Yeah, there's a metal strip. It's got like a hinge on it. And I don't know. It looks, I don't know what the hell this thing is, guys. Like, what is it? Is it supposed to just pull out of there? I don't know. I don't want to break this fiberglass. It's got a rubber on the bottom. It's full of crap. This thing is full of crap. Let's knock some of the crap out of there. We're not there yet. We're not there yet. Alright, there we go. Let's pull our light down so we can get a look at the situation here. Well, that thing's completely rusted. The other door is rusted, so I don't know if that one's going to work. It's pretty rusty on the bottom. I don't know if we should just seal it permanently. Looks to me like the heater core should just come out. Guys, I'm going to fight with this. I'll bring it back once we figure something out. Alright guys, so with some prying, we got the heater core out of there. It does just pull out of there. I don't think we're missing any screws. I think there was a screw here, and I think there probably used to be a metal plate that went from here to there, and probably rusted away with the rest of it. But yeah, that's it's pretty ugly in there. There's our heater core. We're going to see if we got the right one. Probably not. But we're going to see. We got a pile of rust here. So, I mean, we got stuff. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. We got stuff. We got you know, rust. Let me get a heater core. Get a look at this. This box is in pretty good shape. It's not broke anyway. All the clips seem to be pretty much there. This thing sucks. So we're going to see if we can fix this. I don't know if we can remedy this situation, but it's pretty ragged out. But I would like that door to work. So I think that's, I don't know what it does, but I don't even know how you get to the heater motor. How do you get to the blower motor in this thing? We still haven't seen the blower motor yet. Because this is all riveted. Everything's riveted together. So you can't really... It's going to grind all this shit out, but I don't know. I mean, this has some couple bolts, but then it turns to rivets. But I'm thinking we're going in that way. That's what I'm starting to think. Or this whole thing has to come out somehow. I don't know how that would come out of there. So I don't see any screws. There's a screw down there that's rotted off and doing nothing. And this door, I'm guessing this door is supposed to move somehow. So I don't know. We're going to mess with this though. Oh, we got it moving. We got it moving. Oh, look at that, guys. Look at that. It loosened up. We can spray the piss out of it. Maybe we can get something to work. There's our fan motor. Alright, I don't know, guys. This thing looks like junk. Looks like junk inside, but I'm guessing that's a heat-cold damper. That's what it used to be. I don't know. We'll figure it out. We're going to figure this out, guys. Well, the fan motor kind of turns. Doesn't feel great. I'd like to get that out of there. It looks like we got a couple Allen screws. I mean, 5/16 rather, not Allen screw. The bottom of this thing is totally rusted. You can probably get more rust out of there. How do we get that fan motor out of there? I don't know. It looks like it comes out from this side. So we're going to do some investigation. Alright guys, we're going to take this cover off because we got to get in there. That squirrel fan comes off from this side. At least that's how it looks. So I'm going to take, it's got 1, 2, 3, 4 flatheads and then 3 rivets. So I'm going to pull these out and then we'll grind these rivets and we'll put screws and nuts back in there. Alright guys, we just got our last rivet ground off. Here's our plate. I don't know how this thing comes off. This thing looks like a real bitch to work on. Because it's screwed in from the other side and you can't get there from here. I don't understand how this thing's put together. We're going to investigate. Alright guys, we dug into this a little bit deeper. In here, inside this trap door that opens, you really can't see in there. There's 2 more 5/16. There's one there, and there's one over there. And then that plate will move. The trap door thing with the 2 wires. Let me zoom you guys out so you can see what we're doing here. This is a nightmare in here. So then you can kind of move this out of the way. You really can't. It still doesn't come out. And I don't want to break all this stuff because it's super rusty in there. But it looks like it might be pinched. I think you might be able to unclip that. I'm going to try to unclip it and take this thing out. Hopefully it doesn't just break everything because this is actually working right now. I should probably just leave it alone, but okay, it does unclip. So it unclips. There's a little clip there, and then this will come out. Now you can get out your fan. How about that? And this thing is a mess. Look at this thing. Completely rotted off on the bottom, but we don't care. We're going to use it. We're going to put some duct tape on there and call it a day. Stop messing with it. Yeah. This was working. It kind of hinges back and forth like that. That's what it does. But it's only got one spot left because the other one's rusted off. But we'll put some cardboard in. I don't know. We'll do something. We'll put some crap in there. All right, now we're going to get our fan out of there. See if we can work some magic on that fan and get that fan tuned up so it runs right. I think it was squealing, if it worked at all. It may not have worked at all. I don't remember. But anyway, it looks like a couple more 5/16 screws. And I'm hoping the cage comes out. It doesn't, it looks like the cage will come out with it. So hopefully the cage comes out with the motor. Okay guys, we're all back together. We got our thing back in. We greased up our fan motor. We put our AC condenser back in. I'm going to put this plate on there, get a couple screws to hold it. We ground those rivets. And then we're going to throw it back in, guys. I guess that's kind of it. If this door is working now. I'm going to tune up that inside door too. I'll show you guys that. I'm going to take that. There's a plastic piece that went inside that. I'm going to give that a little tune up too if I can. We washed it all out with brake clean. Got rid of the Haunter virus. We should be pretty good. All right, guys, we cleaned this thing up a little bit too. A little bit on the inside, not much, but we got our door working. Our door is working now. All right, guys, I'm just going to throw this back together. It's going to be pretty much the same thing as we did before. We do have a broken piece, but oh well. So yeah, it's just going to go backwards now. Hopefully this is a little bit better. There wasn't much out there. So, I don't know. Hopefully it falls right back in for it. All right, guys, I got a quick update here. So these bolts, I thought they screwed in from the outside in. They don't. They screw into a clip, and then they stay there. So there's one here like that, and there's one over here that's like that. This one screws from the inside out and gets a nut on the outside, and these are supposed to have nuts on the inside. The bottom ones bolt from the inside out, so you're just shooting them in. But these are supposed to have nuts, because on that back plate, when it goes in, it sandwiches that firewall, and that's how it goes. And there's no clips in the firewall to hold anything, so this is what's supposed to be holding it in. So there's a little tidbit for you. It'll get a bolt here, and it gets a bolt here. That holds them in. And then these ones just stick through the firewall, and you put nuts from the inside. This gets a bolt that goes from the inside out, and then it gets a nut on the outside. I guess you could do that the other way, too. I happened to take a nut off the outside, but I don't know if it was that way. Somebody's been in here before. I don't know. So, yeah, there you go. I just caught that. I figured I'd let you guys know. I don't know if they're all like this or somebody did this. I have no idea. Anyway, like, share, subscribe. See ya.